Welcome to TV Recaps. Today I will be recapping an action-adventure TV series. A monster hunter for hire, gifted with unnatural powers, journeys toward his destiny in a chaotic world filled with powerful sorcerers and mythical creatures. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our channel. Please sit tight and enjoy the recap of the TV show, The Witcher Season 1. Oh, and of course, spoilers ahead. The show begins with Geralt of Rivia, a highly skilled witcher, fighting and killing a monster in the swamp. He enters the town of Blaviken to claim his reward and meets by chance Renfri, a princess-turned-bandit. A young girl directs Geralt to Stregobor, a sorcerer in hiding. He tries to hire Geralt to kill Renfri, claiming that she is cursed and would eventually destroy the human race. Geralt refuses. Outside town, Renfri tracks down Geralt and demands to know Stregobor's hiding place so that she can kill him, as revenge for sending an assassin who violated her. Geralt refuses and advises that she leaves the town. After some consideration, Renfri decides to leave for good. They then kiss and spend the night together. Next morning, Geralt realizes Renfri has gone after Stregobor and rushes to stop her. After cutting down all her men, he engages Renfri in combat. With her dying breath, she tells Geralt of a girl in the woods that is his destiny. In Vengerberg, capital city of Aden, Yennefer, a hunchback with exceptional talent for magic, is sold by her father to Tissaia, a sorceress. Yennefer is taken to Aretuza, a magic school for girls, for training and struggles to complete simple tasks. As she is feeling depressed, Yennefer meets and befriends Istred, a sorcerer in training at Van Art Academy, a magic school for boys headed by Stregobor. She forms a romantic relationship with Istred and reveals her quarter-elf heritage to him. Unbeknownst to either, Tissaia and Stregobor were using Yennefer and Istred respectively to spy on each other. Later, Yennefer witnesses Tissaia turning 3 students into eels. She explains to Yennefer that those who are not good enough are converted into conduits to power Aretuza with magic. Tissaia smiles at Yennefer, acknowledging her talent as a sorceress. After the initiation of new sorcerers, the Brotherhood of Sorcerers discuss their allocation to different kingdoms as court advisors. Through Stregobor's scheming, Yennefer is assigned to Nilfgaard instead of her hometown Aden, citing her elven blood as the reason. Fringilla, the niece of Artorias, a member of the Brotherhood, will be assigned to Aden instead. Yennefer breaks up with Istred, realizing only he could have told Stregobor about her heritage. To get what she is owed, she undergoes a full-body transformation to become a beautiful woman at the cost of her fertility. With her new body, Yennefer charms Aden's king into taking her as advisor, sending Fringilla to Nilfgaard instead. 30 years later, while Yennefer is escorting Queen Collies and her baby, they get ambushed by an assassin. Yennefer teleports herself and the queen away, but the assassin follows them through his own portal. The queen blames Yennefer for failing to predict the attack. Enraged, she teleports away, leaving the queen to die. Yennefer teleports back to try and save her baby. She fails, leaving her devastated. Meanwhile, Geralt accompanies Jaskier, a bard he befriended during his travels, to Princess Pavetta's betrothal party in Sintra. Mid-party, Urchin, Lord of Erlenwold, interrupts to demand Pavetta's hand, claiming she has been promised to him through the law of surprise for saving the king's life. Urchin suffers from a curse that transformed him into a hedgehog-like creature. Queen Calante, Pavetta's mother, refuses and orders her soldiers to kill him. Geralt intervenes and saves Urchin. Pavetta rushes to him and reveals that they are in love with each other. Despite Pavetta's acceptance, Calante attempts to kill Urchin. Pavetta screams, unleashing a magical vortex which knocks everyone away except for Urchin. After drinking a potion, Geralt is able to break through the vortex and stop Pavetta with a Witcher spell. Calante finally relents and honors the law of surprise, marrying Urchin and Pavetta. Urchin's curse is lifted, and he insists on repaying Geralt for saving his life. He jokingly invokes the law of surprise, which lays claim on something Urchin has but does not yet know. At that very moment, Pavetta throws up. She is pregnant, and her child now belongs to Geralt. With no intention of claiming it, he leaves Sintra. Years later, Jaskier encounters Geralt while he is fishing for a djinn from a river. After finding the djinn's bottle, they accidentally release it. Jaskier shatters the bottle and as a result starts coughing up blood. Geralt seeks help from the nearest healer. However, Jaskier's wound is magical in nature and requires a mage to heal him. The healer refers them to Yennefer, who has taken over the mayor's house. She has abandoned her post at Aden and gone into hiding to find a way to restore her fertility. Yennefer cures Jaskier, but has other plans for the djinn. After Jaskier makes his last wish, she tries to trap the djinn in her own body and use it to restore her fertility. However, Yennefer struggles to contain the djinn, which does not seem to have weakened after Jaskier's final wish. Geralt reveals that the djinn is bound to him, not Jaskier, and uses his final wish to save her. The djinn leaves her body and the building collapses. They survive, but Yennefer is angry that Geralt had set the djinn free. After squabbling, they start kissing and have sex in the ruins of the house. Afterwards, Geralt leaves while Yennefer is asleep. Sometime later, Geralt and Jaskier are invited to join a dragon hunt by Borch the Adventurer and his 2 bodyguards. Yennefer also joins the hunt, along with a band of dwarves and reavers, who are professional dragon hunters. Yennefer reveals that she joined because she believes the dragon's heart is the cure to her infertility. Next morning, the dwarves take the group to a narrow mountain shortcut. Unfortunately, the path collapses and Borch's group had to sacrifice themselves to save the rest. Afterwards, Geralt and Yennefer spend the night together and begin to develop romantic feelings for each other. They finally arrive at the dragon's den. However, the dragon is dead with Borch's bodyguards, miraculously alive, and defending her egg. Out of nowhere, a golden dragon descends on them and reveals that he is Borch in dragon form. He recruited Geralt to help him protect his unborn child from reavers. After a furious battle, they successfully defend the egg. Geralt reveals to Yennefer that he used his last wish to ensure that he would never lose her. Believing her feelings to be artificial, Yennefer angrily breaks off their relationship and leaves. Geralt blames Jaskier for his misfortunes and chases him away. With Nilfgaard poised to invade Cintra, Geralt decides to invoke his law of surprise and claim Cirilla, Pavetta's daughter, to protect her. Regrettably, both Pavetta and Urchin had died at sea and she was raised by Queen Calante as the last remaining heir to her throne. She refuses to hand over Cirilla and imprisons Geralt instead. In the meantime, Yennefer has been persuaded by Vilgefortz, Tissa's close friend, to return to Aretuza, where she finds out about the impending attack on Cintra. The Brotherhood votes to remain neutral, but Tissea, Vilgefortz, Yennefer, and other mages resolve to stop Nilfgaard from taking over the continent. The group travels to Sodden Hill, where a keep stands between Nilfgaard and the northern kingdoms. Without the Brotherhood's help, Nilfgaard quickly defeats Calante's armies, conquers Cintra, and breaches the castle. Calante tries to send Cirilla away with Geralt, but he has escaped his cell and is nowhere to be found. She sends Cirilla out of the castle to look for him and takes her own life shortly after. Unfortunately, Cirilla gets captured by Cahir, a Nilfgaardian knight. She watches helplessly as her city burns and screams, triggering a powerful magic pulse which splits the earth in half, allowing her to escape. Later, Cirilla encounters Dara, an elf, who helps her survive in the woods. One morning, Cirilla wakes up to a voice in her head and walks mindlessly into Broccolin Forest, home of the Dryads. Cirilla regains her senses and finds herself surrounded by hostile Dryads. She meets with Efnir, the Dryad Queen, who insists that both her and Dara drink the waters of Broccolin. After drinking sap from a magic tree, her true identity as Princess Cirilla of Cintra was revealed. Nonetheless, Efnir allows Cirilla to stay. Meanwhile, Cahir hires a Doppler to assume the identity of Mousesack, Calante's trusted advisor who is now a prisoner. The Doppler copies his physical form and memories, then kills him. Disguised as Mousesack, the Doppler enters Broccolin Forest and promises to escort Cirilla to Geralt. Efnir warns Cirilla to be careful before sending her away. Dara grows increasingly suspicious of the Doppler and prods Cirilla to question him about his past. The Doppler gets annoyed and reveals that he killed Mousesack and took his form. They get into a scuffle which ends with Cirilla tied to a tree. While the Doppler is distracted, Dara frees Cirilla but decides to leave her for fear of his own safety. Out in the field alone, Cirilla runs into her old friends, who have decided to betray her to collect Nilfgaard's reward. Cirilla screams, releases a magic pulse, and blacks out. Next morning, her attackers are all dead, and she is taken to a farm by a helpful stranger. At the keep of Sodden Hill, Tissaia and other mages shore up its defenses with magic. Nilfgaard launches the invasion with Fringilla bolstering their attack with forbidden fire magic. Tissaia tries to persuade Fringilla to stop the invasion, but she disables her with Dimeridium instead. Vilgefortz fights Cahir one-on-one but loses and is thrown down a hill. Nilfgaardian soldiers begin to overrun the keep, killing many of the mages defending it. Facing imminent defeat, Yennefer channels all her energy for one last attack. Afterwards, Tissaia tries looking for Yennefer, but she is nowhere to be found. After escaping from his cell, Geralt has been searching everywhere for Cirilla. He ends up defending a merchant from undead monsters but gets bitten by them and passes out. Geralt wakes up on the merchant's cart, delirious from his injuries. When they arrive at his farm, Geralt overhears his wife talking about Cirilla. Geralt heads into the forest, where he meets Cirilla for the first time. The end. Please stay tuned for the next TV recap. Comment below on what you liked or disliked about our video. Thank you for watching.